No audio. All right, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. If you're watching this live, and welcome. If you're watching this on the replay, welcome to another episode of Family Finance Friday with DJ the Money Coach. And this show is brought to you by the DJ the Money Coach team and the 7 Spheres of Money Systems. And before we get into tonight's beach, go ahead and like this video, share it with 5 people. And if you haven't already subscribe to DJ the Money Coach right here on YouTube so you can help us spread the word, spread the news, spread the good news of the Pom Pom lifestyle. And what is the Pom Pom lifestyle? It is plenty of money and peace of mind, where we invite you to come join us on the beaches of the world. And tonight's beach is continuing the celebration of history that has been made in 2024, the dream realized. And that dream is the Zanzibar Resort is now open. And this is part 3 of the Dream Realized series, Zanzibar Resort now open in 2024. So DJ, how you doing tonight?
Hey man, you know how I rode, Nick. As long as we got our health, everything's rocking, baby. Any day above ground with health is an amazing day. So, thank God today is Friday. Shout out to everybody in this amazing, history that we are, creating in our own narrative. It couldn't get any better. And I just want to say this. Hey, man, shout out to everybody who's doing something positive in our community, specifically highlighting this month, even though our history is 24/7, 365. Shout out, kudos to everybody that's doing great events across the landscape, speaking and adding positive, upliftment, adding positive assets and ownership to everything that we do. Because that's what it should really be about at the end of the day. We should be striving to literally preach what we practice. Preach what we practice. And I think that sometimes falls short in our community because a lot of times, we're too busy chasing fame and popularity, and we speak, but we don't practice what we speak. So let's, practice what we do, and we'll be better off forward. So so this is part 3 of the Dream Realized, and hopefully the couple of people that we invited to come out, they'll be able to make it to talk about their experiences in this endeavor, because what we want to focus on tonight is the ability to show you the next level to this game. And the next level to this game, ladies and gentlemen, is actually getting entrenched into the ancillary businesses that support the resorts. So as you can see, it says take a bite out of Zanzibar. So what we mean by that, the BITE is an acronym. The B is for buy 100 acres in the next 18 months. And we already have bought a ton of acres. We're going to make sure in 18 months, we're going to have 100 acres total in Zanzibar. The I is to invest strategically in the ancillary businesses that support the resorts that we have built, meaning the one we just opened up on January 15th, and the ones we're building, which our next resort is going to open up April of 2025, which will be our flagship resort, which is the Pom Pom Lifestyle Resort. So we're strategically focusing in 5 businesses in Zanzibar. Number 1, travel. Why? Because in 2022, we spent as a community in Black America $109 billion in travel, and we own less than 2% in equity and ownership. What do I mean? We didn't own no planes. We didn't own any major resorts, none of that. But we spent $109 billion in 2022. I don't know what the numbers are come out for 2023, but I can venture to say it's going to be somewhere in the 110 to 115, maybe 120 billion. Projections for 2024 is going to be about $125 billion that we're going to spend in the travel. So what we're purposely doing, ladies and gentlemen, we're building the road less traveled. I'm going to repeat myself. We're building the road less traveled, meaning we're not getting on somebody's platform, letting somebody behind us finance us. We're financing our own so that we can own everything. It's going to take longer. But when we own everything, we control everything. And I think what you've seen over the past 3-4 months, you've seen a lot of explosive growth in the community. Unfortunately, we don't own the back part. We don't own the production. We're not the executive producers. We don't own the buildings. We don't own the facilities, but we're on the front end bringing all the loot in so they can get it all on the back end. So we're taking the road less traveled and we're doing it the right way. We're owning everything. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? That's not popular in our community because we always want the quick money. We want the popularity and the fame. We want the pennies while we're tripping over the dollars. And I mean that for everybody out there. We got a lot of people in our community that are pushing hundreds of millions of dollars and they own nothing on the back end because they don't believe in investing in the foundation because they got to have a quick dollar. And they keep hustling backwards. And you are embracing a lot of those people. Primarily entertainers, athletes, because they are accustomed to trying to shortcut the shortcut. They never want to invest in the foundation. They want you to pay for it. We backed some celebrities over last summer, and they didn't hold up to their word. The organization didn't hold up to their word, but they still doing their thing. God bless you. But you own nothing. Own nothing. You got the diamonds, the jewelry, the clothing at conferences that got nothing to do with business because that ain't real business. It makes money. Let me say this. It makes money, but it don't make you long-term money. What do I mean? We just celebrated fictitious holiday on Wednesday. I happened to go in a store. It amazes me how we are so sheep mentality that every person of a female's persuasion jam-packed. And I thought about myself, Nick. I said, you know what? We're in the wrong business. We need to be in the businesses that women are pushing that are superficial. There's a reason why Chanel family are multi-billionaires 20 times over. The markup in that industry is far superior than furniture. It's about 2,000-3,000% markup on that stuff. But we are convinced that that's what, man, I was just sitting, I was like, wow, look at all of these sheep running to the slaughter to make LVM, Chanel, Dior, all of them hundreds of billions of dollars. I'm talking about hundreds of billions of dollars for stuff that's in Zanzibar that you can get off a tree for pennies on a dollar. Shoes, shirts, cologne, perfume, all superficial stuff that we run in masses to get. We even have now our black billionaires who have actually built hard assets, they getting caught up in the celebrity. I'm going to tell you why. Because those black billionaires, they weren't the go-to guy or girl when they were growing up in high school or college. They were the nerd, which is nothing wrong with it. But now they high cotton at the Grammys, at the Emmys, at the Oscars, and we getting away from real business, man. I was sent, I think I sent it out to you guys. Here's the thing. And see, we ain't for everybody. Reginald F. Lewis wasn't for everybody. But most people don't realize Reginald F. Lewis backed a lot of black institutions. He put a lot of people through HBCUs, spent a lot of money on the movement, financed a majority of the movement. People don't realize. But the one thing, you know, they had as a deterrent, hey, he didn't marry a black woman. But he sure poured tens of millions of dollars into HBCUs, tens of millions of dollars into the civil rights movement. But y'all don't know that. But I can tell you one thing that he didn't do. I might be wrong, but I never saw him, even though he had a big ego and he liked being posh and GQ, I don't recall seeing him, you know, hobnobbing, breaking his back to be at the Grammys and the Oscars. But we now got some of our most successful billionaires. It's just like Bezos. Bezos be at everything too. He be at the Grammys, he be at the Oscars, but he got a reason to be there. You know why? Because he owns studios. Y'all might not know that. If I'm not mistaken, go do the research. I think Jeff Bezos owns MGM. He owns one of those Hollywood studios now. Prime pushes more movies than Hollywood. Go do the research. So he's got a reason to be there, even though they celebrate him, but he owned the back end. I just saw One Love. Guess who EP'd One Love? You probably ain't gonna be able to figure it out, so I'll take the surprise out of it. Brad Pitt EP'd One Love. Now let me ask you a question. Would you think that U2, is that Bonjo? Is that his name? What's the Bono, the singer. Now, if they did a documentary or a docu-film on Bono's group, you think he would let Robert S. Smith EP his movie? Y'all understand? The person who EPs, they making all the cheddar. I'm sitting up there watching the credits. There's Brad Pitt's name. One Love set a record, made over $12 million on Wednesday. So it's going to go and make hundreds of millions. But why Brad Pitt get the chance to EP that movie? Man, we so quick to turn over the power, bro. But I know what y'all say. You're like, man, what does this got to do with it? It's got a lot to do because, man, y'all are not getting it. Y'all not getting it. So we got events going out here that people are at major venues. Let me give y'all a secret. We own our venue. So hopefully our people will pivot and say, let's populate, patronize our venues. You know, just like Showtime at the Apollo. I don't even think that's black owned either. You might better help me out. Google that. See if Showtime at the Apollo is still black. I don't think it's been black owned for at least 10 years. Showtime at the Apollo. The actual facility, the Apollo. I don't think that's black owned anymore. I'm almost certain. And if I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to say I'm wrong. Think about, you had the Super Bowl, which we actually did business on Super Bowl day because the Super Bowl wasn't important to me. I watched the third and fourth quarter, but we conducted an investors meeting because them assets that we got for our investors, gonna take care of them. The Super Bowl gonna do nothing for you. They had the Grammys. Think about, they have the biggest events during what month that they allocated to the special Negroes? You think that's happen chance? That's on purpose, baby. That's on purpose. The Grammys in February. The Super Bowl in February. What's coming up this weekend? The NBA All-Star Game in February. They get the Magic Negroes to get all the masses following them while they're getting all the bank. Think about it. They can't do that in Hispanic Heritage Month. They even got Asian Pacific Heritage Month. They got everybody Heritage Month, Indian Heritage Month. But even though now Hispanics collectively as a group, who they all claim to be Latino, the aggregate is more than Black Americans, but they're not all one ethnicity. But they claim it as the aggregate to be that. Because guess what? People from Honduras are not like people from Panama, but they all claim to be Latino. And that category did not exist 30 years ago. But let them put on their major event and see who has the better buying power. As case in point, during the Super Bowl commercial, let me show you the power of our people. A white dude knocked off a TikToker's little skit and got paid. Did you see that? This white dude, word for word, knocked off this black TikToker's skit and put it on a television commercial on the Super Bowl. Kanye spent, I think it was $1 million or $6 million and made almost $20 million for a commercial, from the commercial. But again, entertainers. Again, What does Kanye own in terms of buildings, venues? Who's responsible for getting the talent for the Super Bowl? Jay-Z. But does he own the platform? But he wants to reprimand the Grammys because his wife ain't won album of the year, but he's benefiting from the pass-through, or what I would call the shell company. Think about it. Show me something that Jay-Z actually physically owned that was a hard asset that generated multi-generational wealth, other than him being a surrogate pass-through, like he did for the Brooklyn Nets, like he's doing now at the Super Bowl and padding his. He don't own nothing like he did for Tidal. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you know what? Even our supposedly race men who put a lot of time and commitment into our community, they be shucking and jiving to get on his platform. The same way the people are shucking and jiving to get on Shay Shay show, which ain't owned by Shay Shay. It ain't 100% owned by Shay Shay. It first was owned by Fox, and then he won the rights to own all of Shay Shay, and he immediately went and got the other white man's ice. Correct me if I'm wrong. Watch the show. Go see when it was under Undisputed umbrella. It just said Club Shay Shay. Now it says Club Shay Shay with his logo, and then there's a big V to the right. And as Nick and I know, because we got radio and television backgrounds, the strongest part of a picture screen is what? The upper right-hand corner. Tell me what logo is in the upper right-hand corner of all Club Shay Shay's productions now. It's owned by Colin Cowherd, who has gotten every Magic Negro in the sports world to be under his umbrella when they didn't even need his money. And all he's doing, Nick, is paying for the production. He ain't doing nothing else. He paying for the production. You think Colin Cowherd has the power in our community to get Cat Williams to come do his show? He's got the power to get Monique to come do his show.
Yeah,
Usher
right.
to come do his show. Now, when Colin Cowherd left ESPN and went to Fox Sports 1, he didn't say, hey, Stephen A., let me get under your umbrella, bro. He didn't say, hey, Stephen A., you got your own new platform called the Stephen A. platform on ESPN. Let me get under your umbrella, bro. Let me bring you all my white audience and share that money with you, and you just take care of the production. Y'all get that on the way home. But what did Club Shay Shay do? He said, man, I don't want to pay for any production, even though I just got a great deal with ESPN, millions of dollars. I just got out of my contract with FS1, millions of dollars that they had to pay him. He didn't want to invest a couple of $1 million to keep his own platform 100% his. He said, hey, Colin, but you know what happened? Colin said, hey, Shay, you worked on FS1. Hey, man, I'll give you $3, $4, $5 million and I'll handle all your production for you. And he said, you gonna give me $3, $4, $5 million up front? Ain't got to worry about no points on the back end? Let me get that money. You can put that V up there. Now, guess what he's regretting now? That was prior to him knowing he was going to get Cat and, dude, he the biggest thing on the internet right now. Bigger than Joe Rogan. Did Joe Rogan, when he signed his $300 million contract, did he call up Jay-Z? Did he call up Kanye and say, hey, man, why don't I let you do my production for the Joe Rogan show? Nah. he told whatever that platform was, kick rocks, and he went to Spotify and got 300 mil, and he gonna get a Billy. But y'all don't understand this. So let me get off of that. Let's get back to part 3, because man, it's like Malcolm said, we're the only community that allowed our entertainers and our athletes represent us in the most important aspect of our community.
Wow. Ahead of his time, way ahead of his time.
And now think about it. Now, Malcolm, rightfully so, is being elevated above MLK. Because, man, the cat's out the bag on MLK. Now, we opened up on MLK because I have a dream. Everything else, hey, man, they got a great line in One Love. His wife said, now it's time for the messenger to become the message. He said, well, how can I help other people with peace when I don't even have peace? And what he meant by that is that he's got the burden of putting everybody else's troubles on his shoulder because God gave him this gift. So it's hard for him to have internal peace when he's got to give it for everybody else. So if you thought it was easy for Malcolm to call, truth on Elijah Muhammad, you're mistaken. But the reality was Elijah Muhammad was foul. Hey, tell the truth, shame the devil. The fact of the matter is, a lot of people you following that you hold up on these pedestals and you give them a pass every time they do something wrong because they got a little bit of this, but they got no character. So when we are endeavoring to build something that we actually own, the hard asset, we're not going to beg for your support. We're ahead of the game. And tonight, we're going to share with you how these ancillary businesses are bigger than resorts, because they know that. How would you like to have 5% of that travel industry that we blow up? How would you like to have 5% of the transportation business that we blow up? How would you like to have 5% of the concierge business that we blow up? How would you like to have 5% of the cleaning business that we just gave to the Mexican? You know, it's a bad time in the world when you get excited, Nick, when a brother comes to do a service call at your house. Shout out to Steve. I had a problem with my garage door. And, I looked on the apps, got to refer. I'm so accustomed, unfortunately, that the other man comes out, and I ain't talking about the white man. A brother comes out to my house, fixes my garage door, been in business for 18 years, but the same thing. I said, brother, you've been doing this for 18, and he was phenomenal. But you know what? He was contracted through the white man. Like one of them Angie services. But he had his own little business because he cut me a little deal, added some extra stuff that made my door brand new. But I paid the white organization that contracted him to subcontract, and then he did some extra work for me. Then I paid him. But I was so happy because I said, man, these are the industries that's banking. Vocational work, ladies and gentlemen. And he was like, yeah, man. He said, I try to talk to the young brothers and they don't want to hear it. Man, you don't want to do work that's paying $60, $70, $80, $90 an hour? My man, hour and a half redoing my whole garage door, the coils that broke, cost a lot of money, re-wheeled, brand new wheels, brand new cords, the wire cords to hook up, all of that, right?
Mhm.
Hour and a half, 5 C notes. The parts for the work, I looked up on Amazon. It was like $200.
Mm.
Now, what you're probably saying, why didn't you do it yourself, DJ? I actually looked into YouTube and was looking at the work that needed done. I didn't have the right tools. And then for me to learn how to do it, which I could, it would have taken me 3-4 hours.
Mhm.
So I decided to pay the 5 bills because I had a meeting to make hundreds of thousands. But at the same time, I had a high regard that Steve made himself 3 bills. But half of them 3 bills he had to give to the white guy. But he could have marketed himself because he was phenomenal. He was a genius, dude. But the simple fact that he was doing it, that's the first service person in 5 years that I've ever had come to my house to do any kind of work.
Mm.
And today, I just had more work done, had my digital locks put on my door. Guess what? It was by an Arabic dude. Took great care of me. Shout out to Ray. I'd purposely be trying to find black people to do work. Can't find none.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Swapped out digital locks on my doors. You know, with the finger, the fingerprint, the app, the video, the digital lock. 30 minutes of work, $90. Do the math, baby. And his phone was blowing up.
Wow.
He had 3-4 calls while he was doing my work. Maybe y'all get there on the way home. He had his own truck. He had his own equipment. He had his own website. But you know what? Here's the part. He did not negotiate the cost to invest in the car, invest in the equipment. See, I want y'all to see the correlation here. Club Shay Shay said, even though I just got millions of dollars from FS1, I don't want to put my own money into my own production, my own building. I want to let Colin Cowherd do it for me, and I'll bring in all the money. And instead of me getting 100% of the money, I'll take 60%. But guess who's doing 100% of the work? Club Shay Shay.
Mm-hmm.
How does that line up with Zanzibar? Because, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing 100% of the work. We're doing 100% of the building of the venue and the resorts and the townhouses and the condos. And now we're going to do 100% of the tourism part. Because now that we got the venues, ladies and gentlemen, where the big money is when the entertainer has to secure the venue. Wait a minute. Did you say, wait, so even if Kanye said he made 20 million, he still had to pay 7 million to the NFL to air his commercial. So how many commercials did the NFL air on Super Bowl Sunday? At an average of $7 million for 60 seconds, baby. And so if they paid 7 million, that's just for the airtime. That's not to put the commercial together. See, Kanye didn't tell you that. So, albeit he may have brought in 20 million in revenue, he probably spent, $1 million to make his commercial and 7 million to put it on the air. So he still made 10 racks, but why not own the whole platform? You know why? Because that's too hard. As they said in Boiler Room, that's ninja rich. You ninja rich. Y'all get that on the way home. See, we're not. We're going to build it the right way. We are proud to say we have 52 people who helped us build the bricks and mortar. We've got 10 people right now that look like us that's helping us build the part like Kanye. The easy money. But the money ain't easy until you build the foundation. Are y'all following me? So we're now tapping into the biggest part because we built the foundation over the last 2 years. And it still ain't been 2 years, Nick, since we took my first trip. I stepped foot in Zanzibar February 26th of 2022. So we are still 10 days ahead of schedule, less than 2 years. We built multi-million-dollar resort. We built million-dollar townhouses. Couple of $100,000 condominiums. And we got our corporation in Zanzibar. We're doing it like Rich Dad out of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So while Rich Dad taught, man, this is the part I love about in the Rich Dad, Poor Dad book. He said the first guy, he gives a comparison between the guy with the bucket of water and the guy with the pipeline. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The guy with the bucket of water, he was bankrolling. Dude building the pipeline, dude with the bucket of water, dude making hundreds and thousands of dollars. He laughing at the dude building the pipeline. Dude building the pipeline. 2-3 years. Building the pipeline. The dude with the bucket, man, he is clowning bank. But once old boy got finished building that pipeline, guess what happened to the bucket carrier? He was out of business. What do these wars be attached to? Oil. You know what they do in oil? They build first oil pipelines. So I see we got our first guest on. So we want to bring on, and I'm going to let y'all catch this on the way home because we're building pipelines, baby. We're building foundations. So this beautiful, amazing Black woman is one of our biggest investors. We'll have her come on and talk to us and talk to you about what she's excited about and what we've been able to accomplish and what she's even more excited about what we're about to do now. So ladies and gentlemen, we want to introduce to you, we're going to just call her D-Nice because she's nice. So D-Nice, come on to the platform, say hello, tell us about how long you've been following us, when did you get involved with us, and why you even more excited right now today to be engaged with us who building pipelines and foundations 100% with Black people, for Black people, by Black people. What you excited about?
Hey, DJ, can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clearly.
Okay. Hey, DJ. Hey, how you doing, Nick? Everybody?
Doing good. I don't know if you purposely shooting us up to your ceiling. Oh, there we go.
There we go. There we go. Hey, guys. I'm just excited with everything that DJ and I'm going to call him DJ and the money team doing. You know, that's the real money team over here. Is, you know, we bridging the gap. We bridging the gap, you know, of what we've been missing out all this time because of we've been indoctrinated into this system. It was a system way before us, but now the veil is uncovered. And what he's doing in Africa is giving us a chance to get a piece of the pie. So, like he said, his motto is he wants to build economic wealth amongst us, finally amongst us, you know, and then, you know, if we got to go elsewhere, but right now it's amongst us, and for you guys to get a chance to get a piece of it. I mean, we didn't miss the .com bubble. We didn't miss all the other, hypes in our era. But right now is the perfect time right now to get involved in it right now, as people are looking at generational wealth as, just something that is going to just come into your hands, but it don't work like that. That is not what real generational wealth is. It's for the people that's going to do the work, not afraid to do the work, and stand up for what we believe in and get a piece of, and get a piece of the pie. So I think when I came on the platform, I started in 2020, I think, but really, I think in 2021, though, I was just dibbing and dabbing, poking my ear in on YouTube, this and that. And it's a lot of fluff that's out there, because during that time, that's when, we had the big COVID or whatever that was out there. So everybody, any and everybody that wanted to do a side hustle or want to sell something, that was the opportune time. And it happened all up until 2023. But now 2024 is showing proof. 2023 too, it shook out all the fake, all the fake stuff. And now 2024 is gonna shake it loose a lot more. That that did not their foundation was not solid, or they was not real scholars. So I met DJ, inadvertently, like a lot of us did, on Classic Klein, Erica page. And I followed him, and I was just listening for a while, but I knew I was going to get involved because he was speaking my lingo. He was speaking the lingo. So I think around about 2022, I think that's when I did the ABCs and the Spirits of Money, and I signed up for the membership. I did that. And we took about, 6 months, 8 months to shake everything out and trying to find out what my goals or everything was. Late 2022, 23, then I just started investing heavy within DJ, and it still is to this day now. Anything he speak about, because he has been able to show and prove and go out there, do the work, come back with the information, and then giving us an opportunity. And I say, if you do not own asset is the real deal. And like he said, his motto is, hey, if you don't own asset, and show me what you got, if you don't own it, then you're just talking. You're just talking at this point. He shows that he put his own money forward. And I like to see that when somebody putting their own money forward first. And he put a substantial amount of money in there first. So why wouldn't I? Because guess what? He's at risk too at this point in time. He's at risk. And then he's opening up jobs and opportunity to people like us. Like Dejanay, like Nick, like he been there from the first. Now Tajir, Kadara, and the list go on and on. So guess what? I got to go with this brother. I got to go with him. And it's not like he said, it's not like a color thing, it's a culture thing, but he's gonna take care of us first and let us get in. And it's up to you guys. And I say, hey, this is the opportunity time, because you're not gonna get another one if you miss this era right here in history. It's going to be another 100 years. So guess what? Black people, African Americans, we're for, Americans, we're for African Americans right now, and I say, hey, that's where we need to be. And I believe in everything that he's doing and all the ancillaries, and like he said, the Trojan horse of it. If you go to any vacation, it's the Trojan horse. All the money that they, it's not just a resort there, but it's everything from the time you go there. You don't have to worry about nothing. You got somebody doing your clothes. You got concierge, cleaning your room. You got, someone to pick you up, from whatever the airport or the port and into the resort. You got food and beverages. You got anything and everything. You got the tourists. You got all of that. That what makes the $1 billion. That what really makes it. It's not just the structure of the building. It's everything around it. So why not? And I was just waiting for it. And I even told him about 6 months ago, hey, I'm looking, hey, let's do this. He said, not right now, we got to finish this, but I was already forward thinking already. And so now he's giving you even more of an opportunity and get into the ancillary portion of, of the investor. And guess what? This is what all the other coaches does. It's not 1 or 2 people that do it. They get a team of investors and buy businesses, consumer businesses. So it just lines up. It lines up with what I, what I feel, what I think, and it lines up with morals and values. That's the biggest thing, also, and there's no turning back. There's no turning back. I'm sorry.
Y'all don't think D-Nice is excited, boy. Y'all just don't know.
I'm excited.
I mean, so this is the thing. Like she said, probably 6, 7, 8 months ago, she was like, "Hey, when we're gonna start getting some of these vehicles, to cater to these people that's actually using the vehicles all the time?" I said, "Hey, right now is not the right time because once we have the venue and we have the agreements for the events, that's not going away.
That's not going away at all."
Yeah. So if you look at this, look at those people during the pandemic that were all big on Turo, all big on Airbnb. I'm talking about Black people.
Right. And look at it now.
Where they at now?
Look at it right now.
They don't have any infrastructure. And that's what people realize. See, the ecosystem dictates the ancillary businesses how they can be profitable. Apple makes multimillionaires, but they shut people off because they say, "Hey, if I want 50% of you getting in this ecosystem, that's what I'm gonna get." That's what I'm gonna get. Fortnite is an exception to the rule. Everybody else, you got to play by their rules.
You got to.
So if you went out there and you got yourself 6, 7 cars under Turo, and then they said, "We ain't gonna let you get that type of opportunity no more," guess what? You still got to pay that note.
Exactly.
But the simple fact is, we own the venue, ladies and gentlemen. Just like D-Nice said, we own the building. We own the building. We own the network, so we can now determine and dictate who plays in our sandbox.
That's right.
And so now, what D-Nice is getting opportunity, she's going to have the ability to be owners in the transportation because she was the first one that kept kicking me in the butt about it.
Yes, sir.
She's about to parlay onto some real serious profit because we took the time for 2 years to build the foundation because nobody's not going to stop coming to Zanzibar.
Nope.
They still need to have transportation from the airport to the excursions, to the mall, to the hangout. And guess what? We're going to own those outright too. No debt on them. Thanks to D-Nice. So in part, D-Nice, tell what you excited about more so today as it pertains to those ancillary services and why it was important for us to keep it 100% in our own community. Talk to us real quickly about that. We're gonna let you go and get on with the rest of the show.
I think about the auxiliary business, most of all, that is what, in order for a person to come down and have a pleasurable time, even with families, or couples, individuals, it's all about the comfortability. When you go on vacation, you don't want to worry about, and you spend that amount of money or whatever, you don't want to worry about, you don't even want to lift up a finger. You don't want to worry about a lot of stuff. So with the auxiliary business, it takes all the guesswork out of it. Because you already have to think about when it was the right time for you to go. Okay, hey, negotiate your flights or whatever. But when you get there, you don't want to have to worry about anything. You don't want to have to worry about anything, who's going to take care of my room, things of that nature, food, whatever. You don't want to worry about all that. You go there to relax. You go there to enjoy. And with that ancillary business, not just the profit and the margin, it's just also what value you're gonna bring and what experience that you're gonna bring to the people that keep them coming back, and to keep that as a word of mouth to give to someone else. Say, hey, you need to come over here. The Cancun and all that, that is old business. That's for the young. But listen, let me show you something now. As for, you could do either for families, couples, individuals, and then you got a lot of the other cultures. I'm talking about Asian, Chinese. I'm talking about the Arabs. Everybody, the European is coming there. They're not just coming there just to be coming there. So you got to go follow where the people that play big, and you want to get a foothold in there. You need to go follow them.
Now, to give you guys context, D-Nice, if I'm not mistaken, you've traveled around the world a little bit, have you not?
Oh, yes. For 23 years, all around the world, all in the Middle East. I done lived in Qatar and all of that before. I done been to Africa, but not this part of Africa. All in Europe, yes. All in Italy, yes. I did more of traveling outside of the country than in the U.S.
Wow.
So I like different people. I like the culture. I like, the lingo. Now I can enjoy it and get a piece of it at the same time and leave a legacy. And start just being a consumer of it, be an owner of it. So this is why I'm excited. This is why.
So would you recommend that the people watching this live and the ones going to see it in the replay, do you recommend that they get into our investors presentation tomorrow and Monday? Would that be worth, 60 minutes of their time?
Hey, you're going to be wondering why you didn't kick yourself in the butt like a year or 2 years ago when it was a little bit cheaper to get in. Yes, to get in the investor group now. Do not wait. Because guess what? The longer you wait, it's the longer it takes you to get to wherever your goal is, whatever your why that you would want to do it. Get in it now, because you can't just sit on the sideline forever and let it pass you by. And that's what it took for me. I was like, okay, hey, I always speak, to the Most High. I was like, okay, he's like, you got enough knowledge. Now what you gonna do with it? You cannot take this to your deathbed, meaning, you get all this knowledge. Then what do you do with it? You have to, and you got to employ it, apply it, and you got to go for it. Because you'll never know. And you'll always be living in fear and all of that, and never really know what you could be or what you could have done. And all of that is wasted dream. And when you leave here, it's just wasted opportunity, wasted dream. Get on it and get in it, right now. And he got different packages, it's different levels, that you could start at with. Because I started scaling in. Yep, so I would tell anybody, to be an investor, stop thinking big. Let's crawl. See, the thing about our culture, we always want something fast, quick, and then, and we want to, don't know nothing about nothing, but you want to rush into something. Okay, scale into it. And then the more you get more information on it, the more that you get more comfortable at it, and the more you work your stuff where you could, hey, if you need to, find more money or whatever, then you scale in. So I would say scale in.
There you go.
But don't let it trick you out of an opportunity. Do not do that at all.
Absolutely not. And so, we have the motto: crawl, walk, run. And to that note, to let you go, D-Nice, we literally just had a person that was going to invest, but then we sat down and did the complimentary consultation with the person and found out that they needed help on the financial literacy side, and we told them they
Yep.
couldn't invest with us, and we made sure that they became an all-star member at 1/3 of the investment because they needed some help in areas that they were going to take a lump sum of money, invest with us. And guess what? 99% of other people would have just taken their money. We did not. We literally
Exactly.
told the person, we need to help you get out of debt, pay down some credit cards, help out with this. And then I said the investment opportunity still be available down the road, 6-12 months. But right
Yeah.
now, best thing we can do for you is take care of your personal finances, because that lump sum of money you just got would just be worse for you putting it in something that you can't get an immediate return, and you're still hemorrhaging over here, even though you're a professional.
And you know what? And that's, you need someone like that and someone like DJ to tell you the truth. Because guess what? If you would have done that somewhere down the line, real close, I'm talking about before, sooner than later, it would have been staring you back at the face, in your face, because it just wasn't the right time. Hey, let's do this, that first, get you in a better position, and then bring you on board. Because guess what? We don't want your money one time. We want your money repeatedly to be able to invest. Okay? So you got to do those things. You got to do that first. And I would tell everybody, like DJ said, get the book Africa Rise or whatnot. The reason being, because that is where it's going to. That is where it's going to. You got people in Ghana and all these other parts of Africa, but Zanzibar, when you got all of these other cultures, and it's going to be just like the Silicon Valley of California, Zanzibar is going to be that. So why not? And then you got, Dubai that's handling all the airports in and out. Is a reason why. Because guess what? Dubai, technology wise, is ahead of its time. If you want to see some beautiful things and some, big tall buildings and birds and all that, you go there.
Yep.
And they're gonna bring it right there in Zanzibar. So guess what? You want to be right there. You want to be right there with them.
And then when everything's equal, bet on Black. So D-Nice, we appreciate you coming out and spreading the gospel. We're going to see you soon. Man, we appreciate you getting on board with us on the ancillary, and we're going to take this thing to the moon. So
all right. I appreciate you guys too.
Thanks a lot, D-Nice. We appreciate
it. Salute.
Hey, we can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the real. So tomorrow, you have an opportunity to come out and check out the 5 ancillary businesses, which we're focusing on 3 of them immediately, which is the transportation and the excursion aspect of the business, where it's low-hanging fruit that you can get in right now, like D-Nice did, and we crawl, walk, run to success, because we're talking about a $1.3 billion opportunity by 2027, and we own everything. Assets, equity, and ownership, because we're doing it the right way. The tortoise beat the hare in Aesop's fable. Not because it was stronger, not because it was faster, it's because it kept on the pathway and did not give up, did not give in, just kept going. The hare shot out the gate fast and burned his wad. The tortoise just kept methodically moving forward and won. And that's what we're talking about. So 5 years from now, you're going to see many people that look like us is going to be doing extremely well. And you're going to wonder why. Because they crawl, walk, run to success. And when everything was equal, they bet on Black. Unapologetically. We build the foundation. We own the foundation. That means we own the external stuff too. We're not navigating or negotiating the price of long-term success. We're doing it right. It's going to take longer, but we do it right. It's going to pay generations to come. That's what we're excited about. So Nick, let's go to a quick spot and we're going to wrap this up, unless we got somebody else that's going to come in with us. But we're going to wrap this up because I got other meetings to do live in Zanzibar tonight. It's a great time. So hit that link. Come out on Saturday. If you can't make it out on Saturday, come out on Monday night and see if it's all that we say it is. If not, hey, man, do your research. Do you think the NBA bought 20 hectares of land to build a stadium and an academy in Zanzibar because it ain't rocking? Do the math. So hit us up a commercial. We come right back and we'll get up out of here.
Buddy, these are the winners right here. The investors, the believers in the Pom Pom lifestyle movement that can't be stopped. So we're going to celebrate you guys. All you ones that encourage us, you come next time.
Bring it on, bring it
Bring it on. Tell them, what time is it?
The Pom Pom lifestyle movement can't be stopped.
That's a wrap.
Yes, sir. I love it. I love it. That's right.
DJ the Money Coach coming to you live at Paradise Island. We with our investors. We just did the grand opening of the 220 unit luxury residential resort, and now we are partying on Paradise Island. How's everybody feel today?
Great.
Right?
Awesome. Amazing.
Excellent right now. So they should come get with us, right?
Definitely.
So
It's another life out here.
another life. So on 3, what time is it?
The Pom Pom lifestyle movement can't be stopped.
That's right, baby. Hit the link. Come join us on the beaches of the world in Zanzibar. And it's all you believe and more here in Paradise with DJ the Money Coach. Hit the link, escape to Zanzibar. Limited time, grand opening special, $4.99, 7 days, 6 nights. Join us.
Yeah, man. That's how we roll. So it's so great you showed those two, because that's the part of the ancillary business we're talking about. So let's end the show with talking about that. So we rode out on a handmade African sailboat called a dhow, DHOU. The boat runs about 20K. We took on that trip 15 people that paid $100 a head. And they take these boats out every day, ladies and gentlemen. So I want you to just do the math. So Nick, let's pull up the calculator, show them how this works. We built the resort first, invested millions of dollars, just like Apple built our ecosystem. And now we're going to make people hundreds and thousands and millions of dollars on the ancillary supportive services, because you want to be in this ecosystem, right? So the dhow is 20 grand. All right. It's $20,000. Y'all got that? All right. So we're going to take that number down. On average, you take 15 people out with you at $100 a piece. That's $1,500. And we're just going to go 3 days a week. 15 times 3 is how much? 4,500. If you don't know this, ladies and gentlemen, there are 4.3 weeks in a month, but you don't believe me, so we're just going to do 4 weeks. So 4,500, which means we're going to take people out to Paradise Island 3 times a week. So we're going to leave 4 days where we're not going to do nothing. And we're going to do that every week. So 4,500 times 4 is how much? $18,000. Nick, how much did the boat cost? Divided by the cost of the boat. Divide 18,000 by 20,000. 90% return on your money. That's the gross revenues. Okay. So it's going to run us. I hear you. Well, how much is going to cost to maintain and insurance and all that good stuff? It's 4 people who actually, 2 sailmen, sailmen, S-A-I-L-M-A-N, sailmen, okay, to navigate the boat, Africans. And there's 2 people on the island to set up that layout for the seafood that they caught fresh that morning. So those 4 people, they get paid about $100 each. All right. So we got the 18,000, boat costs 20. So 400 times 3, put that up there so they can see, Nick. 400 times 3, $1,200 times 4, $4,800. So now let's take that 18,000, and for gas, and it don't really require gas because it's a natural sailboat. So let's just say $1,000 for miscellaneous for the month, $1,000. So call it 6 grand, Nick. So 18,000 minus 6 leaves us how much? Minus 6,000? $12,000. So in 2 months, you get all your money back because you make $24,000 in net operating income, means pure, unadulterated profit. So now let's divide 12,000 by 20,000. This is your net operating income, your profit you keep in your pocket after everything. 60% return. Now I hear you. What about my taxes and my insurance? All right. Let's put another 30% on that. All right. So 30% of 18,000. 30% of 12,000. That's 4 grand. So you got 8,000 left after everything, ladies and gentlemen. Everything. 8 grand. So 8 grand divided by 20,000. 40% return on your money. 3 months, you got all your money back. Now you're playing with the bank's money. So every 3 months, you're going to make 24,000. My bad. So every quarter, 24,000 times 3 per boat. So let's put that up. 24,000 times 3, because we're only going to do it 9 months out of the year. 72,000. We're buying 3 boats right now. Times that times 3. $216,000 in profit from a $60,000 investment. How many of you want to be like D Nice? If you do, hit that link, get the Black History Bundle, and you'll get an exclusive invite tomorrow at 12 Eastern Time or Monday at 7:30 Eastern Time. And we're going to show you how D Nice, along with 5 other people, are going to make a 40% return on their money. But most likely they're going to make a 60% on their money, and they're going to get all their money back in 90 days, and they'll just be playing with house money. That's just on the boats. So you'll catch this in the replay. Now let me show you on the transport, and we're out of here. So the cars, $10,000. Put that up there so they can write this down, so you can see it in the replay. The cars is an investment of $10,000. It's $100 a day per person to have a driver to drive you anywhere you want to go. That includes the gas. Okay? So that's typically 3 to 5 days out of the week people use the car. We typically, when we're there, when I was there for 3.5 weeks, I had a vehicle. It was retail price was $750 a week. We paid $500, so that's $1,500, right? So let's just go with $500. All right. So each person, $500 a week. Okay. Times 3 people. So let's take the 10,000 is what we invest. 500 times 3. Times 4 weeks. 6,000. 6,000 gross revenue. The investment is 10. The driver run us, literally, you're not even going to believe this, but I'm just going to tell you facts. $30 a driver for the day. So let's take that 6,000, 30 times 3. $90 for the week for a driver. Let's add $100 for insurance, and $100 for gas. So let's call it $300, Nick. $300 a week. So put 300 times 4. This is all your expenses, everything, ladies and gentlemen. $1,200 in expenses, $6,000 in gross revenue. So right now, your gross return is 60%. But now after your license, insurance, drivers, gas, all of that, it's $6,000 minus $1,200, $4,800. $4,800 divided by your $10,000 investment. This is your net operating income, your pure profit after everything is how much, Nick? 48% return on your money. So you're going to make $4,800. And in 90 days, what's 4,800 times 3? 1,440. So you're going to clear $4,400 playing with the bank's money because you paid off the car, and the other 3/4, because you'll use transportation all year round. So let's run the numbers for him, Nick. So 14,400 times 4 times 3 vehicles. So write that down. 172,800 plus, what was it, Nick? 216,000. 216,000. 388,800 and profit in your investment as a group was 60,000 for the boats and $30,000 for the car. So let's just round it up and say 100,000. So divide 388 by 100,000. $388% return on your money, ladies and gentlemen. How many of you can get excited? How many of you would like to get involved with us for a little as $10,000 and make $57,000 a car? How many of you would like to get involved with us as little as $20,000 and make $216,000 a boat? And why can we do that, ladies and gentlemen? Because I own the resort that we built, 220 units, luxury residential resort. Emphasis on residential. What does that mean? That means that people come to stay that have jobs for remote, short-term gigs, 6, 12 months. They have to use transportation. Do they have to go on excursions? Probably not, but half of them are going on excursions because we're providing the excursions to everybody. So let me cue you in on why it was important to build the infrastructure, because our current partner, Mr. Kite, he's been in the excursion business for over 10 years, and he was contracting out the boats. He didn't own the boats. So guess what he's going to do, ladies and gentlemen? He's going to contract the boats through us. The transportation guys were renting the cars from the Europeans. Guess who they're going to rent the cars from now? From us. The Spice Island tour, the Historian tour, the head guy, Professor Belozzi, who's been doing this for 10 years for all Europeans, he's now going to work for us to run our tourism department. Do you understand why it was important for me to build the infrastructure first? Because I'm not going to have a problem getting people to use our transportation, go on excursions with us. None of that stuff, because we already got it. Game over. Because when they want to go on an excursion, they're going to be using our boats. When they want to go on a tour in history, they're going to use our tour guide, who'll be using our transportation. And guess where they'll be staying? At our resort. So when an entertainer wants to do an event and do music, they'll be coming to us. Need I say anything else? So, Nick, why don't we show them the last two videos? And let's get out of here. Show them the Blue Lagoon celebration at night and end with the video we opened up with. And all I want to say to you is, how big of the pie do you want? And where's the competition's equity and ownership? Equity and ownership. How do I give you access to execute your dream? And last but not least, like D-Nice said, how do I enroll? I just showed you 388,000 reasons why you should be doing business with us, who built the foundation. We're not going to have to worry about Club Shay Shay. We're not going to have to worry about arguing to be at the Super Bowl. We're not going to have to worry about being at the Grammys, because we're going to build our own network. We're going to own everything. And albeit, if we just service 1,000 people a year, we're going to make millions. If we serve 10,000 people a year, we're going to make hundreds of millions. And when we serve 100,000 people by 2027, 28, we're going to make billions. Do y'all follow me? We're going to service the first 1,000, which is only 83 people a month. We got 220 units. We own 5 luxury townhouses. Then we're going to serve 10,000. We're building another resort. It's going to open up April 2025. How do you know I'm going to do it? Because you already saw me do it January 15th, 2024. And we're going to buy another 70-something acres. And we're going to have 100 acres of land over the next 2 years. And we're going to dominate that sector in Zanzibar. So my question is to you, what are you waiting for? So I wish you a pom-pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money, peace of mind. Come join us on the Beaches World Club in Zanzibar. If what we're doing is not for you, I would strongly recommend you build yours with somebody that looks like you. Stop trying to get the quick fix. Build it, and they will come like the Field of Dreams. Our venue is not going anywhere, but you doing it one-off, you're still hustling backwards. Don't be the bucket guy, be the pipeline guy and girl. Nick, take it away. I'm out of here. I smell my food. It's time to go. If you want to roll with us, see us tomorrow at 12 Eastern. But to get in the game, you got to have membership. Enroll. Just that simple. God bless. I'll see you on the flip side. Check out these last 2 videos. And thank all of you who have supported us like D-Nice. And thank all of you who have encouraged us to tell us you're on a fool's errand. Because there's no fools here, baby. There's real gold. And the manna is real from heaven. Peace.